Hey guys, welcome back and thank you for joining me once again as we continue with our drawing form series. Um, First of all, I want to apologize for getting this out to you a little bit late. Last week we had some pretty good rains, and unfortunately, we had a little bit of flood damage in our basement. So I had to deal with that for a few days, which kind of set my schedule back. And now that it's taken care of, I'm working hard to try to get things back on schedule. Okay, so now that you've had time to practice drawing boxes and spheres and cylinders, you're probably wondering, what do I do with these things? How are these things going to help me with my art? So in this video, we're going to take a look at how we combine the different forms together to create more complex forms. But we're also going to be looking at how to change them, how to alter them, how to add textures, so that we can create both organic or geometric shapes or geometric forms. Okay. So that's what the focus of this video is. This is not a tutorial. It's just more of a demonstration on how how we use these forms in order to simplify the way that we draw in 3D. Okay. Okay. Having said that, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll see you on the other side.
Our three basic forms may be used as they are, or they may be transformed into more complex forms by tapering, slicing, rotating, and joining them with other forms. A box can become a pyramid, a ramp, or a prism with just a few additional steps. These forms may also be changed from geometric to organic by altering parts of the original and adding appropriate textures. Here I transform a collection of boxes into a simple rock formation. These stacked boxes that appear to be steps will actually be transformed into a simple waterfall. Cylinders may also be tapered, sliced, and joined to form more complex forms. Here we have a parallel cylinder sandwiched between a tapered cylinder and a cone to form a basic rocket. They can also be joined at different angles to suggest pipe-like structures. Or you can bend them organically to suggest the body of a snake or perhaps even a dragon. Just a few contour lines to indicate the roundness of the forms. In this example, I use more organic cylinders to suggest the skeleton of a tree. This allows me to easily point the branches in any direction that I want to increase the depth and the dimensions of the tree. Cones can easily be changed into little evergreen trees. And you can play around with the different styles so that you can come up with different ways of rendering the needles. Spheres, of course, will remain round from any angle that we look at it from. But cross contours will aid you in adding the designs and shading. But you can also use them to slice the sphere into sections and only use the parts that you need. You can also use cross contours to add textures to the spheres to represent something that's more organic, just like with the other forms. The real power of the three basic forms comes from joining them together. Boxes combined with prisms make light work of drawing a cabin. A sphere combined with a cylinder could be a Capitol building or a warrior's helmet. Let's transform this box into a simple boat. Find the center, curve the walls, and then build up the details. An angled box with some small cylinders becomes an old-fashioned cart ready to haul away a heavy load. And of course, the basic human body can be represented with boxes for the chest and hips, cylinders for the arms and the legs, and spheres for the head and all the joints that hold everything together. As I leave you with this final drawing, I encourage you to look for the basic forms and how they relate to one another in your next drawing. Ignore all the details at first and focus on the basic structures. Once you are satisfied with the placement and the proportions, then work to develop the details in whatever style you'd like. You'll find that this is a much better approach and a much more accurate approach than trying to draw your subject superficially. If you have any questions about any of the materials that we covered in this series, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.